Wow, what a blessing for everybody to come out, and what a celebration. I mean, it's we should celebrate. We have so much to be thankful for. Everybody thankful? I mean, my sister just made me this like hummus plate. That was like the best thing. And I was like, wow, that's so good. But I've got these little flyers, and it says Garments of Praise. And you'll see a picture of a kid with a guitar and a music CD. And we give away instruments to orphans overseas. I was actually just in, I don't know does anybody know what's going on in Darfur, Sudan? It's a horrible thing. It's a genocide. In the last 5 years, 500,000 people have been killed in the genocide in Darfur. I don't know if anybody ever saw Hotel Rwanda. That's going on right now in Darfur. And so imagine if half of Nashville was just murdered. That's what's happening in Darfur. And then imagine that half of the state of Tennessee was forced to flee into a desert. That's what's happening in Darfur. And so I was in the desert. I was in Darfur a couple months ago. And I went into this worship service, and there was the pastor was there, and they were singing, and they were beating the drums, and there was celebration. I mean, it was just like tonight. There was celebration, and I got out. I had brought a guitar to give away, because we give away guitars in third world countries, and so I started playing on this guitar, and I was singing kind of a funky version of Jesus Loves Me. And the pastor came up, and he was like, "That is the coolest song." He's like, "We're going to sing that in our church." And I was like, "Oh, that's great." And I spent the afternoon teaching him how to play Jesus Loves Me on his guitar. But then the next day we went over the river, and it was like a 6-hour drive in this bumpy Jeep, and it was like it's the hot zone, it's a war zone. And we came to this little village where there was about 100 people, and there were like 30 kids in this village. And I saw a kid drinking out of a mud puddle, and he was like really ashamed because he was drinking out of the mud puddle. And we got all our like water bottles that were kind of hiding behind our back and stuff, and just feeling bad. And but I got out the guitar again, and I started to sing, and I was rapping. I don't look like a rapper, but I was rapping. And so I said, after about 20 minutes of this, I said to the kid, I said, "Okay, now, hey, you guys sing me one of your songs. I want to hear some of your songs." And this kid looked at me and he said, "We don't have any songs." And I said, "You don't have any songs?" He said, "We forgot all our songs." And so I saw this juxtaposition. One day I saw a church where there was vibrant people singing, but they just didn't have any instruments. And then the next day I saw a kid without a song. And so what I decided was that I have a guitar, and I gave it away. And then I started talking to my sister Joy, and she brought me like 6 guitars. Like if you look at this picture on the top, these are 3 of the guitars that New River has given, and I delivered these to an orphanage in Malawi. And so everybody's got a guitar, in Nashville everybody's got a guitar, and if you don't play it and it's sitting in the closet collecting dust, give it to me and I will give it to an orphan, and I'll give you a picture. And so that's what we do. We give away instruments, and I'm privileged to go back to. I'm going to go back to Sudan. I'm going to give away more guitars. We already gave a guitar, and then we also have musical training systems away. A lot of times people will say, "Oh man, well I can't do anything. I don't really know what to do. I don't know where to start." And I want to give you 3 ideas. The first idea is start where you are. You don't have to go somewhere else. Just start where you are. And the second idea is use what you have. Don't worry about going to get something else. Just use what you have. And the third idea, this is really complicated, do what you can. So you can start where you are, you can use what you have, and you can do what you can. And find out about what's going in Darfur. There's some beautiful and amazing people that are really serving. and we're giving out instruments. We also help with video production and creative media. We've got a couple of things over here that you can look at. I want to say one more thing. I just planted this year. It was the first year that we ever planted a garden, and it's like, it's amazing. You put a little tiny seed in the ground. I've got tomato plants that are this high, with they're full of fruit. There's tomatoes all over them, and it all started with just this tiny little seed. And I was just thinking tonight, I was looking around at everybody, and I was like, every person here is like a seed. And in our life, we can do one of two things with a seed. We can take the seed and we can just kind of sit it on a table, or we can chew on it, and it goes nowhere. Or we can take that seed and we can plant it in the ground. And what I say planting in the ground is saying, God, what do you want me to do? And I'll do it. I give you my life. You tell me what to do. And I did that. He's got me giving away guitars all over the world. But everybody here's a seed. You can be a tremendous plant, providing fruit for lots of people. And I know most of you are, and I hope everybody is. And if you're not, hey, if you might feel like, oh, I've never done anything fantastic. I've never done anything really big. Yeah, but you're still a seed. Everybody's a seed. You can do something amazing. Just give your life over to God. But anyway, please, I've got a ton of these. Take them away. Give them to somebody. It breaks my heart that there's kids that want to be playing music. They want to be learning music. They want to be singing. And we've got guitars sitting collecting dust. That shouldn't happen. Find all your friends that have dust on their guitars and shake them, and then say, hey, I need a guitar. I got to give it to this guy. And we'll make sure they get delivered. So thanks so much for coming out, and it's just a blessing to meet everybody. So.